Hello to all. I've decided to record a video instead of writing an article because I thought this would be faster and I don't have much time. During all the confinement, I've been receiving emails, questions, etc. and complaints from several teachers about academies, about how the state in which they were with absolutely no income, nowhere to complain, no means to ask for rights or whatever. And I understand that one of the main, we've all been hammered by this virus, academies, schools, whatever, but teachers have been really received a blow with this coronavirus. Why? In my opinion, because of the way that teachers are hired, and I've been saying this all along, and unfortunately this has shown, in my opinion, that things cannot go on this way. Why? Well, I've seen basically two types of complaints. One where I've been my academy has closed down, I've been expelled or whatever, and I don't have paro, I don't have anything because I was being paid under the table. And B, they were teachers who were hired correctly, but they were immediately disposed of and rejected and thrown away, and they had no income. Okay, obviously case A is worse than case B, but in both cases there's something underlining, and it's the work ethics. What if we start considering work ethics, company ethics, people who hire correctly, who treat teachers correctly or whatever, as a bonus, as a point to consider when we're deciding who to work with and where to work at? Because as you've seen, when things go, when things are okay, when there's no problem, yes, you can you get more money if you work with people who don't do things correctly, who pay under the table, don't pay the taxes or whatever. But whenever there's a crisis, that's when you see that you cannot work this way, okay? In my opinion. Because if you're being paid under the table, the academy or the teachers, the academy or the school is saving, normally it's academies, okay? The academy is saving 45%. They're not paying any taxes, they're not paying your social security or whatever. So of course, when something like this happens, you've got absolutely no rights, nowhere to go. In the system you were not hired, so you cannot complain, you cannot ask for paro or whatever. Sorry, but it serves you right. We're all adults, we get hired and we know the conditions we get hired by. So no working with B money, being paid with B money, being paid with envelopes under the table or whatever you want to call it, is not a way to go forward. Teachers have no defense if something goes wrong. They can't get paro, they can't complain, they can't, they're completely defenseless, and that cannot happen. So what if teachers start to look at this instead of just the money? And B, if you're hired by, you all know the person who hires you, you all know how they work, etc. If you have to choose between two companies, and in one you feel that the management team, not the owner, just the management team and the staff are a great working environment, and the other one are not so much so, you know that they don't treat the teachers correctly, but you get paid more. Maybe you should start on deciding that work ethics, the way they teach teachers or whatever, is a plus. Why? Because if something like this happens, you're the first who they sack. They don't care. They will forget about you immediately, and you will be again defenseless. Okay, so I think we should get two conclusions from in this area from the coronavirus. One, no, you cannot continue working with money under the table. Okay, yes, you get more money, but you're completely defenseless, you've got no rights, and in the case of crisis, sorry, but you've got absolutely nowhere to go. Okay? 2, even if they're working correctly with a contract, please look at who's hiring you, and please don't look only at the money. Okay? Because sometimes the people who are working correctly cannot pay you so much because they're paying taxes, they're doing things correctly. Okay? But in the long run, the ones who are paying taxes, the ones who are doing things correctly, will take care of you, will try not to make you redundant if there's a problem, and will try to take as much care of the teachers as possible. And that should be a plus, in my opinion. Okay? Of course, we all get problems with teachers, we all get problems with, you cannot please everyone. But please, A, do things correctly by following the law, etc. Don't work with academies who don't. You're only putting down the prices, and you're only feeding the monster and making prices go down, quality go down, and teachers have no rights. Okay? And finally, please, how a company teaches their employees should be a plus to be considered when you're starting to work for a company. Okay? Thanks to everyone.